everyone. We're happy to have Helmut from Brückner with us today. Hello, Helmut. How are you? Are you at the office or are you at home taking this call?
No, I'm in the company.
Or are you all back at the office?
Yes, I'm back in the office.
2020, it's been very challenging for all of us. So how are you guys with Brückner in Germany and the whole film industry?
Yes, indeed. The year 2020 was also and is for Brückner a very challenging year. Why? Because the worldwide travel stop nearly 6 months ago was hitting us at that time because the on-site activities were not possible anymore. So we could not send our people out. This was the major impact. Due to the, I would say, intensive actions of China and the Chinese authorities, we could, I would say, very early see a recovery in the Chinese market after the lockdown. This positive signal, I would say, was mainly related to the high flexibility of our customers and the fact that the system-relevant industries could further produce. From the market side, we see the packaging and food application growing, mainly because of the changed consumer behavior after COVID-19. So there is more food protection, there is the hygienic situation more important, and we have more retailer and supermarkets growing. So we see there in PP and PET a lot of inquiries actually, and we can say luckily Brückner had no interruption of the supply chain, so we could produce further on. And due to the perfect cooperation with customers, with Brückner Far East on sales and Brückner Maschinenbau, we have, despite the travel restrictions, had the chance to make really negotiations and even closed some deals successfully.
Wow, that is very encouraging for the whole industry. So it was just a small pause, but at the same time, new demands keep coming up. And because there was, even with the travel ban, you guys are able to pick it up very quickly. I'm very happy to hear that.
Maybe I can add one sentence to the service business, because this was more hidden in the beginning, because service has something to do with traveling of the specialists to the sites. Luckily, I would say, because of our concept for the strong and local service teams, we really could benefit a lot out of the Chinese team. And especially I may thank the whole team there, and thanks to our customers, that the year 2020 developed up to now, despite this situation, very well.
Wow, that's great to hear. And that is very encouraging for us as well. So what are your strategies for post-COVID-19? A lot of people talk about the new normal. I think you briefly touched upon on the hygiene requirements for food packaging. And how do you see that other developments for you guys and your strategies involved?
Yep. For sure, we intensively discussed in the past months about strategies. What could we expect from post-corona times? What will then come afterwards? To be very honest, we see no really separate post-COVID-19 strategy necessary. Why? Brückner has a well-functioning crisis management. We overcome that situation quite well. We have in our strategies anyway the parts digitalization, I would say externally to our customers to increase the communication capabilities, to have new tools for communication, as well as internally to drive the digitalization, I would say, forward in regard of the supply chain. So therefore, we think it's not our own post-corona strategy necessary. Product-wise, we anyway have, I would say, a very wide product portfolio and are prepared for different developments. One thing is quite clear for us: we will further increase our local presence in China for the entire Brückner Group. Why? Because we saw it now, the benefits in the past months which we had, and I think we want to learn out of that.
This is great to hear. This is the longest I haven't traveled to Shanghai and Shenzhen for 10 years. And we're very grateful. We have a good team in Shenzhen and Shanghai at the same time. So we definitely cannot agree more on the local presence part. In terms of digital that you mentioned, communication, of course, is big part of digitalization. What about the other sectors or other parts of your business that you see digital growing in terms of the machinery or in terms of connectivity between machines and things like that? Are those part of your digital strategy?
Yes, definitely, you're right. This is part of our digital strategy, and we promoted this in the past years already intensively. You may know our intelligent line management concept. We call it easy operation, EOP. And this EOP strategy we will further increase and will create the right digital interfaces at the beginning and at the end of our machine. Because quite for sure, a complete factory is not only existing of a Brückner machine. You have there the raw material part, you have there at the end the whole downstream equipment. Therefore, we need this, I would say, standardized, digitalized interfaces.
So what are some of the application industries you see growing very fast over the next couple of years? And how do you respond to that?
Yeah, we see in the whole, I would say, application, we see the actually growing packaging applications, as I told you already. Beside of that, the discussion for circular economy will go on. So we see definitely in Europe as a kind of, I would say, first mover, there are intensively discussion about that issue before Corona. Meanwhile, it was a little bit slower, the discussion, and we will see this discussion again. We are sure for that. Therefore, the design for recycling to create monomaterial structures of the different material combinations with a high barrier of PP, PET, PE will be the main focus in the next time. One of our contributions are the hybrid lines for PP and PE, which we sold actively already in the European and the US market. So this will come sooner or later. I still expect this year for China as well. And quite sure all our activities in our R&D, in our, I would say, driving forward are really to create films for a better, more sustainable future. That's what we want, because we see plastic as a really exceptional good material. There is no really, I would say, a good alternative today for such materials. Therefore, we are very confident looking in the future.
So I hear that you already received a lot of orders in the European market. Well, has the COVID-19 paused the demands from China's market, or how is that responding? Or people very active to invest into new lines or upgrades or etc.?
It's correct. We see from the number of inquiries for upgrades of existing assets and lines, we see there definitely trend that the machines will be, I would say, upgraded in that direction of more sustainable production. So this is happening mainly with Brückner Surftech. On Brückner machinery side, as we told you, we have there the increase on the PPE side. There is definitely a changed behavior also in Europe visible. The main trend, or one of the main trends we see actually, is a kind of localization. That means even some producers in Europe see their tendency that because of maybe sometimes interrupted logistic ways on the borders, that you have more need to have to cover the demand in the country. And that means more localization took place. That's a tendency we could slightly see.
So back to the China market. The Chinese government has a lot of strategies involving high-tech development, the Greater Bay Area. How do you see that would impact the plastics industry, and how would it affect you?
I would say it may not affect us really strongly. Why? We focused from the very beginning on a nationwide business. So we are all over China and we have many customers around the whole China. So we never focused on a specific area very much. So we are everywhere in China. And therefore we see some good opportunities in that, for example, Pearl Delta, because there the consumption at the conversion may increase, and it could create business opportunities in the future. That's right. But we would not see a big impact in general on our business or on the strategy for localization, which we anyway do in China.
Yes, you already started early and have a strong local presence.
Right, we are since 40 years in China present, and unfortunately we would have liked to celebrate this 40 years this year in the CHINAPLAS, but we will do it next year together.
Yes, we have missed you very much. In fact, it feels very strange to not have CHINAPLAS this year and meet you in person. And in fact, we have to do this over the internet.
That's correct. We would have looked forward to see you all personally, as well as all our customers. The CHINAPLAS is for us, it's the most important event in the year. So we are really sad that we could not go there. And we are happy to be there 2021, and there I promise you we will celebrate with you, with our customers, not only 40 years presence in China, we will also celebrate 60 years Brückner.
That is amazing.
So from my side, I think this is would be really a good opportunity to see all our customers again, and I hope that this will soon come, that we are able to make personal meetings again.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Helmut. Thank you for sharing, and looking forward to seeing you. Stay healthy, stay safe. See you soon.
Thank you very much to all of you in AdSale for the long-term good cooperation. We had really a very trustful cooperation. Thanks to all our customers, and I think we have all together, luckily, a good outlook in the next years. As I would say, not only the business is developing well, but I think China really did a very, very good and fast step to overcome that crisis. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching. See you next time.
See you next time.